I was waiting for this day to come. I used to pride myself on not being a part of the social media hype that everybody makes it. That is until about 2 years ago. But now I've had to not only reduce my time on social media, but I had to cut it out completely. Hey, Freedom Frugalers, I am your virtual mentor, Izzy, and for today's Wellness Wednesday, I want to kind of go off script because this is coming from my own heart, no research, so bear with me. I'm talking about how I had to come to the realization that social media was ultimately ruining my life. And I always teach about your well-being and your productivity and time management. But that didn't come about until really this year, 2020, when I realized, that I could shape my own reality. Okay. So by September of 2020, I was able to fully figure out that I was in control of my own reality. And I found that social media didn't do my reality or the life that I wanted any justice. Okay. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about why I quit social media. The first reason I had to quit was so that I could see you hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. You wonderful person, you. No, seriously, hit that for the algorithm. I need to be putting this algorithm. I got too many videos out, guys. But no, in all seriousness, first and foremost, I do want to say that I was a music professional basically almost all of my life. Adapting to the fickle music business, one thing that has become a staple in ensuring that you have success in the music industry is, in fact, staying present on social media. But September of this year, 2020, like I said, I put every single thing that was music related on halt. Okay. Um, so some reasons why I quit social media after that, shortly after that. Here's the number one reason. Number one, I was comparing myself to others. Okay. I had a subtle jealousy, and I know most people don't like to admit that, but I did have a subtle jealousy of people that I didn't even know or didn't even care about. Okay. Some of the people were people that I met, and in 5 minutes, I had a conversation with them and we exchanged social media information. And then I go later on in life, and even though I don't know these people and couldn't call these people, I knew every single thing about their life. And just from what they were posting, just made me feel like, well, why can't I have it? Okay. But another thing about comparing myself is that I kind of fell into the trap of wanting to be liked. And I always used to say, and I still am, a pretty much laid back fella, okay? But now more than ever, I have become this person that's like, you like me? Cool. If you don't like me, it is what it is. When it came to social media, it was always wanting to be liked, okay? Another thing that I had to learn was that I had to grasp that it's all smoke and mirrors, okay? People are only going to put up what they want you to see, and generally that's going to be wanting to show you this glamorous life. And even down to some of the girls that were on there, or some of the women that model on Instagram, they show you this glamorous life of them being on the beach almost every day, and it's just like, now I know it's smoke and mirrors. Okay. The number two reason why I gave up social media was I was simply struggling to keep up. Okay. One of the things about social media, if you're using it for business, is that you have to figure out your what's called posting time, your optimal posting time. And trying to figure that out was just like, uh, it's very hard, because it does mean that in order to figure out your optimal posting time, you have to be posting almost every hour. or every second, basically posting a lot. But the irony of it is, especially with Instagram, is the more you post, the less people see your content. Like, it's very backwards. So I can't know my optimal posting time if I don't know what time to post accurately. You get what I'm saying? So, another thing was trying to create or even follow up on some of these latest trends. And, I'm not knocking anybody, but they got more stupid as time progressed. Okay. So, I was trying to be on any and every social media platform there was. I know people say stick with one or two, but being a music professional, I was trying to do TikTok. I was trying to do Instagram. I was trying to do Facebook. I even, I had a Twitter for a long time. But you know, and the ironic thing about posting was I was posting a lot for just little views and likes. And I fell into that trap of, if I got anything higher than 10 likes, I was happy. And I found that I was doing things for likes. And the last thing about this is that I felt like I was busy doing a whole lot of nothing. Okay, so I didn't have time for friends. I would tell my friends, hey, I'm trying to get my social media together, I'm trying to get my business together, I'm trying to get my music off the ground. That brought me ultimately to the number 3 reason why I quit social media, and that was because I fell into a state of depression and insecurity. um the reason why was because, again, I saw other people happy while I was struggling, thinking, well, why can't I have that? You see people living this glamorous life, have all this money. They tell you, hey, you can do the same thing, but they don't teach you how. They don't tell you that how they struggled to get there. It's just all fun and games on social media. And that kind of put me in a depression, because I'm looking at my current situation going, well, dang, like, I wish I could have that. Another thing that I did was, I fell into a state of insecurity. I will say, instead of going out and interacting with people like I do now, I would always stay in the house, and I found this rabbit hole of Instagram models and Instagram women, beautiful women, by the way. Like, I would just sit there and just look at them. And, I wouldn't like, because I was always that person that was like, "Ah, I'm not going to fall for their thirst trap." But they were nice to look at. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So my feed became this plethora of bad Instagram models. I don't even know how I followed them. I think I was following so many of them that just, it is what it is. But, and even on my explore page, but seeing all these beautiful women on IG from different parts of the world, it just somehow made me feel like I could never be with them. Okay, and that gave me a sense of insecurity. Like, I'm not good enough to be with these type of women. So from a distance, they're nice to look at. Another thing was, although I displayed myself a display of happiness, I was actually unhappy in my real life. So that's the reason why I had to quit social media. Number 4, I became more of a consumer than a creator. The amount of content that I was consuming had no immediate impact on my finances or my well-being. And that's what I teach on this channel here. But there was just a meaningless feed of negativity and beliefs. As opposed to me saying that there was a lot of positive things and people doing well in life. The dark side was that there was also this string of negativity and all of this propaganda and politics out, and people had their beliefs and people commenting negative things. And most of the memes that I looked up, I can't even remember half of them. They were just funny for that moment, but it is what it is. Another thing that I was doing was I was too focused on trying to make money from the things that didn't matter. Okay. So I was trying to get money from people who didn't even know who I was or even cared about me. All right. Um, the number 5 thing is that people had easy access to me. This is the final reason why I've quit social media. It was easy to send a message to me and say, hey, could you do this for me? Now, I know I tell you guys a lot of the time, I'm a very private person. I consider myself an extroverted introvert, okay? I'm outgoing when I need to be, but I would much rather sit at home, read my books, and, just live a private life. But I am also a bit of a people pleaser. I always wanted to see people happy. So with that said, it was easy to send a message and say, "Hey, could you do this for me, or could you, fix this?" And at the time I was engineering, so people would come to me and be like, "Hey, could you mix this song for me?" And I would say yes, but it came with a lot of dread of doing it and things like that. And don't get me wrong, I love engineering, mixing and mastering. It was the one thing of music that brought me joy, but at the same time, I wasn't getting essentially paid for it. I was doing a lot of free work, and even when I tried to ask for money, it would be like, "Well, I got you on this date, I got you on this date." And I'm not shunning anybody, and it's no one particular set of people. It was from every single person. A part of that came from me accepting that. So I take as much blame for that as possible. Um, but then there came the fear, if I did ignore it, there came the fear of missing someone's message and having them be mad at me. And like I said, I aim to please people. I don't like when people are mad at me or have some sort of animosity, or I did something to upset somebody. I've always wanted to be that person that was like there for people. You could rely on me, whatever. But was it being reciprocated? No. And I had to learn the hard way that you can't always please everybody. And the more you do for people, the more they tend to resent you. Okay. So that's the 5 reasons that I had to quit social media. I want to tell you guys really quickly what happened when I left. Okay. There are a few things that happened when I left. Number one, I was immediately happy in other areas of my life. Okay, my social life, my my relationship to women, my private life, my family, my close friends. I was immediately happy in those areas. Okay. Another thing that happened when I quit social media, when I made the actual declaration, um, and when I actually just dropped it completely, nobody cared. Nobody reached out. Nobody said, "Hey, are you okay?" I actually got more message requests to do the very thing that I was trying to get away from. And the people who requested the most from me definitely got upset. They definitely shunned me, uh, even though I did it for my own personal well being. Okay, it had nothing to do with anything or anybody. I just felt that I needed to be happy and change my reality, change my current situation. Okay. Another thing that happened was I saved more money. You might be thinking, well, how is that a correlation to quitting social media? It has a very direct correlation to quitting social media. And I know you see it on websites. I can easily go on the website and see an ad. But because I was on Instagram so much, and they basically knew what I wanted, okay? And they basically knew what I was looking for. So I would see ads, especially if I went to a website, I would get retargeted those ads. I would essentially buy things based on what I saw on Instagram, okay? So when I quit Instagram and when I quit social media, I saved a lot more money. Okay, I only bought the things that were essential and mattered the most to me or could get me far, such as some of these books. I actually bought more books than I have in an entire lifetime. Okay, another thing is I had more time to create without insecurity. Okay, so I stopped caring about what people think about me when I put out content, especially here on YouTube. Um, in my infant stage, because this is one of my infant videos, um, I stopped caring about how things looked. I stopped caring about how I look. Doesn't mean that I don't like to be well dressed, but I stopped doing things to impress other people. And I focused on what made me happy, what I like to create. Okay. And the last thing that happened when I left was I had no more fear of missing out. FOMO has no effect on me, and that's simply because I can't miss out on what I don't know about. I choose what I want to know about, okay? And mainly the things that I care to know about is business, finance, productivity, and all kind of other strategies, okay? Even down to routines and habits and working out. So those are the things that I essentially care about. I don't care about what's going, I do care about who our president is going to be, because as you're watching this is around the time of election. But I don't care necessarily about politics in general. Okay, and that's all I was seeing was politics, propaganda. I don't care about none of that stuff. It has no direct effect on me. I care about what is going to get me there. When that stuff starts to affect how I get to my level of success, then I care. Okay, in conclusion, I'm not telling you guys to give up social media because of what I believe, but I do know that if you're feeling the same way that I have felt, then maybe social media is the direct correlation to everything that you're feeling, okay? And I would suggest giving it a rest, maybe for just about a week. See if your life changes. Take that week to do something that you've been wanting to do in that time. I want to say that I quit Facebook in 2017 after my birthday, but it took me 3 years to fully quit IG. I will say that had I not fully committed to quitting, Frugal Freedom would have never gotten started or perhaps launched the way that it did. Now, you're probably going to ask me, will I go back to using social media? I don't know. Okay? Maybe when I get things moving in my life, I'll take a scroll or two down memory lane. If I do decide to, I may just hire someone to manage it completely for me so that I don't even have to be on it or be on it for long periods of time. But as of right now, in October 2020 or November, when you see this video, I don't plan on being back for at least a year. Once again, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification, and comment down below if you're ready to take action in your life by typing "I'm ready to be free" below. Also, if you have any other topics that you would like me to cover, I'm happy to see those below as well. I've been Izzy, your virtual mentor, and until next time, thanks for watching. Peace.